And we're coming back to you live from the park. I'm Sean.
And I'm Zach.
That's right, everybody. You heard us correctly. We are at the park again.
Crazy.
Yeah, our professor was like, hey, you know, the world is ending. Utah is breaking records for COVID, so stay home.
There may or may not be a pandemic thing going on still.
You know, so whatever. It's fine.
Other than me, I still had to go to UVU.
Yeah, you're still there today. I forgot that. I texted you. I was like, hey, you want to do Spice Nugs? You're like, I'm at UVU. I was like, that's funny.
So I've gotten to drive there for one class.
Oh, man.
And I drive there Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday for one class.
Oh, how fun,
so
man.
it's great.
That's great.
That's my life right now.
Okay, so it's completely off topic. So I just told you we were talking about discussion posts. You guys will see at the end. We were talking about discussion posts. The discussion post I was doing, so the assignment, this is from a positive psychology class, was to choose 3 songs that like affect you positively and post them and talk about why they affect you positively. Okay. That way we can like create a class playlist and it's all positive music, which is a cool idea, right?
Yeah, at least it's an interesting discussion post.
I told Allison that and she burst out laughing. And here's why. Everyone else should also burst out laughing because this assignment is posed to me. My entire playlist is nothing but depressing songs.
So Sean, what songs are you contributing to this playlist?
Well, I found a few. Okay, so number 1, the song "Starlight Brigade" by Twerp. It's not like necessarily a positive like song. It's a story about like a space pilot who goes out to help save the universe. That's what the song is. And it has a really cool animation. Cool. It gets me hyped every time I listen to it. Me and Allison listened to it after we got married, like on our drive to the reception. We were listening to it and I was just jamming out. That's why I like that song. Number 2, "It's All Right" by Mother Mother. This is like, it's like a very like, everything's bad. And then in the chorus, it's like, it's all right. It's okay. You're not a monster. You're a human. You made some mistakes. It's okay. Right? So it's still kind of depressing, but that's one of my more positive songs, to be honest. And number 3, you ready for this?
Hit me with it.
Yeah, it was a tie, but I'll give you the one I chose. I chose "Home" from Undertale.
Yes!
Undertale coming through, baby! That's just so good. The other one I was going to choose, Allison suggested this one, was "Break My Face" by AJR. Which, if you haven't heard, goes, "So if I break my face, it ain't my darkest day. My face is just my face." Which I thought related to when I got stitches. And how that's like actually one of my favorite memories with us as friends. Is me getting stitches at the hospital.
Taking a shot at the hospital. We're all just chilling in the waiting room waiting for Sean to get taken back.
I thought it was a great time. I had a great time. I still like go back and look at those pictures fondly, you know.
Like, that's what the days.
Thumbnail. There's the thumbnail. I'll put it as the thumbnail. That picture of all of us at the Anyways, yeah. So that's a good time.
But at least you had like a cool discussion post then, Sean.
Yeah,
like,
that one was
I'm
lovely.
okay with that one.
That one was lovely.
See, I had a kind of a similar experience, but it was in a quiz. Like, during the quiz, I had to go to YouTube and make a YouTube playlist of 3 songs and then submit the playlist as an answer to my quiz. It was stupid. I hated it. It was
probably the worst way possible.
No, it was an exam. Sorry, it was an exam. It wasn't in a quiz.
What class was this for?
It was my communications class
last
semester.
That's weird.
Interpersonal comm.
Yeah, just write down the name of the song. That should be enough. Like,
well, the thing was, we had to like find songs that like just related to like body positivity and stuff like that, and I was like, fetch. Like, I have no idea. So literally I just
YouTube called me up, man. Should have called me up.
I just threw the first 3 songs I thought were okay.
Actually, are those about body positivity or negativity? Wait. I can think of 3. I don't know if they're about positivity though. One of them is literally it's a YouTuber who's talking about her story where she had she was like anorexic basically. Or maybe she had bulimia. I can't remember which. One of those, right? So that's a really cool one. She talks about her story specifically.
Right.
Once again, I'm not sure how positive it is. I don't listen to that much positive Speaking of, this is just another random thing to go off on really quick. I was reading in my positive psychology text, or some reading from positive psychology, and it was talking about the effects of too much happiness and how it can actually be a bad thing, right? Which is, great. I like that. That's true, right? And it was talking about some of the negative consequences of too much happiness. And one of them that it brought up kind of surprised me was it can cause people to be less creative.
Really?
Yeah. So what they found was like moderate levels of happiness leads to more creativity.
Okay.
But if you are just like happy all the time, creativity, like they found, comes from like the problem solving part of the brain. So if you're always happy, there's no problem to solve. So it lowers your creativity.
That's interesting.
So there's a fun fact for you, or a fun concept. I don't know if it's a fact, but
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Like, I never would have like compared happiness and creativity together like that. Like,
yeah,
it's interesting.
Interesting, indeed.
I'll be thinking about that for the next like little bit now.
Thanks,
welcome.
John. You're welcome.
We'll be in our class in like 40 minutes, and I'll be like, happiness, creativity. And I get called on. I'm like, fetch happiness,
creativity.
Just full on panic. I mean, that's basically my answers anyways in class, is just full on panic, but I have to say something.
It is going to be very interesting to see how it goes down online.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I spoke as much as I did on Tuesday.
See, I spoke twice on Tuesday.
I think I got a good 4 times in.
But I spoke twice last week and got a 2 out of 5.
See, so based on that, I should at least get a 3 if I don't see anything today.
So I'm going to try to say 1 or 2 things.
And I can email him and say, like, my grandma died, and he said he'll, let it go for that.
Yeah. But what happens if your grandma dies again? The same one, like, next week?
I'd tell him it again.
Oh, okay. So.
Whatever. Okay. Where are we at? We are at the 10-minute mark.
We are so consistent with our rambles.
What would you like to discuss with me today, Zachary?
With you?
Zacharin?
I don't really... Oh. Oh. Interesting. Well, I don't want to discuss anything with you. I more want to discuss it with the people.
Oh, okay.
You know, the loyal fans.
Yeah. So me.
Yeah. I just want to like come out and say it, you know? Like, it's a little embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to rock her head. Okay.
It was actually just a thought that I've been having. Like, it was like always in like my mind when I was like driving places, or like, but it especially like as I was just driving here to the park, like I just rethought of it, I guess.
Okay.
But I want to complain about architecture.
You know, I was like really racking my brain where your brain was going, like what deep thought about change you had. Okay, go ahead. Architecture, I'm ready. So,
it just really bothers me that like we have all this technology and like all this means like to create or just create beauty and stuff. But and like I feel like most buildings, especially like around here, are just so boring, so bland, so average, and like it's just like I don't know. I was driving through a neighborhood and there's this house that it has like a little tower on it.
Yeah.
Right in the front. I'm like, even that like small change, like I like that house because it's like there's just that one extra step of trying to make it unique, trying to make it better. But of course, like every house can't be like super unique or like nothing's unique. But I guess my thing is like there's all these different architectural styles, and this is what we ended up with. Like, or like you see like warehouses or just like office buildings, and it's just a square. Yeah, it's just a square, and I get it. It's probably the cheapest and like easiest thing to build, right? Yeah. But like, can't we do a little bit better?
So let me ask you this, okay? Because there's lots of new office buildings going up over by Thanksgiving Point area.
Yes.
Over yonder.
Yep.
Right. We've seen them. We know what they look like, right? How do you feel about, because there's like those ones that are like, they're squares, but they're
It's a square, but it's slightly different than all the other
for
squares.
everyone wondering, it's just the vertical walls on each side are tilted like
Just ever so slightly,
like
right?
30 degrees to the left on each side, so it's a slight angle. I think they look like something like a spaceship that might have been in like Star Trek.
See, in that case, like at least they tried a little bit to like
Okay.
keep like the same like cheap office building, but like
Yeah.
make it look a bit more interesting. I think like the biggest like offenders of like looking atrocious, like those like just those giant warehouses that are literally just like solid white. It's just a giant rectangle.
Yeah.
There's like not even windows in this thing.
Yeah,
like, like, and I get it. Like a warehouse shouldn't be like,
hello,
oh
cat.
my goodness, you're adorable.
Never mind, we have a different thumbnail.
Hi, kitty. Oh, hello.
Wow, you just came walking right up to us.
Hi.
Look at this cat butt.
Oh my goodness, you're so
Wow,
cute.
this is everything Zach wants in his life.
This
I got the dog last year.
Infinitely better.
Hello, cat.
Not only did a cat just come up to us, it came straight to me.
It did indeed. I can't see you, cat. Okay, bye. Okay, never.
This cat's going on an adventure, dude.
What's your opinion on that cat?
I love it.
So, let me ask you this: hi cat again. If this cat was the architect
Yes.
that built the blocks,
Well, that is understandable because it is his creativity shining through.
so you're saying that cats have less creativity? Is that what you think?
No, I'm saying that cats love boxes, Sean.
So it's all a conspiracy.
Yes.
All of these
All
buildings,
architects are cats.
they're all just cats in disguise.
It explains
They're
everything.
just wanting to build more boxes in the world to hold things like themselves. Hello, cat. Wow, you really want to hang out with us. My goodness.
My cat is gonna be so mad when I come home. I can smell this other cat on me.
You should bring this cat home. It doesn't already have a collar that's jingling around.
You're so cute.
My goodness.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll do this again. Maybe.
We just got a friend.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
And we're getting copyright strike.
When the road looks rough ahead.
So we're gonna make this actual cover, right?
Just the super whiny version.
Yeah.
That killed you. I told Allison I did that when I got home, right? By the way, what I'm talking about is when I said goodbye to Zach on Tuesday, I went, I love you and I miss you. And he just died laughing. I told Allison about that, and her response just about killed me. She was like, you do that to other people?
You do that to other people? Yes.
I was like, well, I do it to you a lot, and you seem to be getting sick of it, so I wanted to, spread the love.
This cat is...
So, this cat has derailed this entire episode. Whatever you were talking about is gone. I don't know.
And that's okay, because a cat replaced it. And you're adorable. Yes, you are. Who's your cute kitty?
Let's get some cat ASMR. Make some noise. Oh, yeah. This is the sound. Oh, it just bit my finger. That's okay. That's the sound of the cat rubbing against the camera, everybody. Hopefully that sounded like something. If not, I'll just add in some purring sounds. In fact, go ahead. Sean, add in some purring sounds. Zach, do a purring sound so I don't have to add it in.
I can't do a purring sound. My throat doesn't work that way. That's actually pretty good.
Is that pretty good?
Wow, I'm kind of impressed, Sean.
I just did like
Have you been practicing?
every day in the mirror, baby. I don't know what I do in the mirror. It's a sound. I don't need a mirror for that.
You're watching your vocal cords,
Yeah.
making sure they're at the.
I open
right
my mouth
frequency.
nice and wide, shine a flashlight down the gullet, and go.
Make sure those vibrations are spot on.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows that that's how you learn how to purr. I'm still working on it. Clearly, Sean's very above me.
I'll
on
be
this.
your mirror, okay?
Okay. Wow! I'm blown away.
It's nice. It's nice. If you're my reflection, I look so much better than I used to.
Now, Sean, if our text messages yesterday said anything, we know that's not true.
Oh man, I wonder like how many out of context things we've mentioned like that, where we're like in our text messages we always compliment each other, and we're always sending kissy faces and talking about our love for each other.
I guarantee probably half the stuff we go off on, like every episode, is just stuff we like decide to give a tiny bit of context to, but like not enough they can follow along.
Well, we're almost at 20 minutes. Do you have anything you want to say about architecture?
You know, it's not really. No, I can't. No. I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay.
Of just architecture that is designed to like fit in with the landscape, or just like the land around it. Because there's like there's a few buildings actually up at my work that have just taken like an extra step to like you either just look nicer or like try to fit in with what's around it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I like that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, give me an example so I can picture it in my brain.
So I can't even remember what class this was, but was it my architectural rendering class not long ago?
That sounds likely.
It could have been, but like basically, and this whole idea was like they took just an image of like there was like some mountains and like just like where they were going to build this thing, and then like there was a discussion of actually how to like incorporate it into the environment, so like it wasn't like obstructing.
It wasn't just a big eyesore in the middle of it.
And then like, and so like the whole idea is like to build architecture that like fits in with nature.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool. And I just feel like there's a lot more ideas out there like that like, or it doesn't even have to be like regarding nature at all. It could be like, I'm a huge fan of medieval castles. Like, why can't we just have towers on our houses, Sean?
Zach, can I ask you a personal question? Yeah. Was this entire episode just you wanting to talk about castles?
Basically. Listen, I love castles, guys. Basically, like, how can I talk about castles on Spicy
Stop
Nuggs?
chewing on my freaking shoe. This cat is attacking me. Okay.
Or even like that classic medieval architecture where like the upper floors come out just a little bit of like the bottom floor. Like, that's kind of a cool style still. Like, why do we just have boxes, Sean?
I'm sorry. I'm trying my hardest to like contribute, but I just don't know if I have as strong of opinion about this as you do.
I just hate driving places. I'm like, wow, all these buildings are so atrocious. Like, this is so ugly. Who wants to live around here? Nobody. Sorry, that's just my rant.
Well, here's what I'll say. Okay, here's what I'll say. I do agree. That like a lot of the houses can be really boring and a lot of the buildings can just be blocks. I don't know if castles are necessarily the right answer to all that.
We all deserve castles,
but
Sean.
I like the idea of incorporating it into the landscape and stuff like that. Yo, look at that cat chasing those leaves.
It's like they moved. Squirrel.
It makes me think of my time in South Africa, and I think I've told you a little bit about this, but like the government made homes there. A lot of the times we're literally like they can build like one of those in like 2 days.
Whew.
It's literally just a block. It's one room. It's a block made of bricks,
right,
with a roof. Yeah, and then they'd like paint it green because they're South African. But it made like everything just looked exactly the same until you went into a richer part, and then all of a sudden there was these big dang mansions that I was almost like, these things look stupid. So I wonder about the line between when does something look cool still versus just like, well, that's just ridiculous.
I do think there's definitely a scale there. Like there can be too much for sure, but I also feel like there can be too little, and I almost feel like that's more like.
And your claim, you're sticking with this, right? Is the idea that castles are not too much?
No, Sean, that's like the sweet middle ground, right where you want to be.
Castles.
Yes. With moats and everything. Okay.
Get me some alligators. Throw them in there. Anyone who tries to pass, they die.
Look, I'm just saying that way we're all prepared for the next crusade. Okay.
The next crusade, is that coming soon?
You didn't know.
Were you in charge of that? Is it led by the cats?
Why do you think it's taking a while to come around? No, cats are lazy. They just want to lay there. They don't want to do anything.
Is it against the cats? They're tearing down their blocky structures.
Oh no!
The next crusade is a bunch of freaking nerds who love medieval structures attacking the blocky office buildings so they can build castles.
This is something I can get behind.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm still Sean.
And I'm still Zach.
See you next time.
Zach is right. Zach is always right. Sean is wrong. Always very wrong.
Sean is right. Sean is always right. Zach is wrong. Zach is very wrong. Do 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 do.
Worst.
They're so dumb. And what I dislike the most is that professors think like it helps me in some way.
It's like they want the class to be engaged, right? But
Right.
this is not engagement.
This is not engagement
This is
at all.
I'm typing something so I get the points.
Exactly. The discussion is like, that's the loosest term this could possibly be for discussion. Like, it's not a discussion. It's me saying something and then I have to reply to 3 other people, so I look at like one sentence of their thing and be like, I also agree with that.
Right, like if they want a discussion post, I feel like I'd hate this even more. But like actually like get like assigned into groups and then like have like an entire discussion post like regarding something and like just get graded on the content that you discussed.
Yeah,
but like
maybe like have some interesting questions.
Oh, that'd be a good start.
Man, the worst is the introduction discussion posts. Like, introduce yourself and then reply to 2 other people. What am I gonna say? Wow, that's a cool name. Like what?
Wow, that's such an interesting hobby. I don't do that.
We have
all,
so much in common. We have so much in common. We both are in college. Like, come on.
I feel like that's like almost like a staple of a lot of like the intro courses. Is like, we're going to get to know everybody. We're going to go over critical thinking. We're gonna have all these discussions. It's gonna be great. And it's like, you know, this was okay the first 12 times.
I'm a senior now. Just let me be done with it. If I didn't want to meet people the first 3 years of college, why would I want to start now?
Why would that change me, right? Oh man.
Right, well, now that we've ranted about that, I mean, okay.
That's what we're good at.
Yeah.
We're not ranting about school.
I'll just go ahead and start the episode now. How does that sound?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This freaking cat. We're walking away and it is just following us. Look at this thing.
It wants to be the new co-host.
I think I'm getting replaced.
I have no other way.
My job as editor and only editor will finally come to be. Hooray.
Finally. Everyone knows nobody comes here for Sean's opinions.
Dude, this thing has seriously crossed the entire park. No. It's gonna get in your car and buckle up in the front seat, man.
Take your seat.
Yeah.
Take your job. Take your seat.
Okay, it's losing interest now. Okay.